Hello and welcome. This is gonna be a VR, because we like VRs, to Simon from the Hermit's Cave. And I realized that it's a good opportunity for me to talk about my favorite decks of the year, because I completely forgot to do that in my first year with tarot video, which is gonna be coming out later this month. So I'm just gonna go through my top 5. I don't have a lot of decks and I got almost all of them this year, so it's an easy, poll to pull from. Okay, so I really don't want to waste a lot of time, so I'm trying to, stop blubbering. The 5th one is, okay, let's just, before I go into the 5th one, there are some decks that I thought would definitely be on a list like this, and they are not on that. And I'm not sure it's because I haven't worked with them a lot, or if the initial, excitement wore off, and I'm not excited to have them anymore, and we're not connecting that fast, so we'll see. But I have some decks on this list that I haven't worked for a long time with, but I'm kind of feeling them, if you know what I mean. So the 5th one is the Deviant Moon. The Deviant Moon. I absolutely love the artwork. I don't use it at this very moment, but it doesn't mean that it's not something that I want to reach for. And sorry for the bad lighting, but it's December, so what do you expect? I expect snow, and there's no snow. But anyway, so the 5th one is the Deviant Moon. I don't find this a weird one. I find it a very good reader. It gives clear readings, at least for my experience. The 4th one might not be surprising, is the Shadowland Tarot, which I still haven't made a bag for. I have quite a few decks, that I haven't made a bag for, because I was thinking about making a display where I can just put my most used or recently used or currently used decks in, but I haven't got around to that. So I'm like, where is my deck? And then I realized that I'm just stacking them, which I kind of feel like it's horrible to do with the deck, but at the moment I can't do anything. So yeah, this is the Shadowland. I have walked through for every deck. If you haven't seen these cards yet, go and check those out. This is the already etched version, because originally it comes with a gold gilding, but that cut into my palm quite a bit, so I just removed it, filed away almost completely. There's only a few places where you can see the gold, and I'm not gonna be bothered by that. And I edged it black, and I think it just looks really cool. And I really like the cardstock. I don't know what this type of cardstock is. It's semi-matte, semi-glossy, because it's not completely matte. It has a little sheen, but it's not slippery. It has a very nice feeling. So yeah, I don't know, but I kind of like that bag as well. Okay, the 3rd one was originally the 2nd, but then I realized that I should put the one that I'm actually using more into the 2nd place. And this is my Spacious Tarot, edged in pink, which I kind of regretted, because if I could, I would edge it with this type of, if you can see, you can't see anything, but that's a green. Trust me, it's a green. So yeah, this is a very, very nice deck, but I haven't used it for a while, so that's why it's not on the 2nd place. I know the lighting is horrible, but like I said, there are walkthroughs and you can look it up. And I like the size. It's not too thick, and the cardstock again is really, really nice. It has that same semi-matte, glossy, I don't know what the hell is this called, finish, but it's a bit thinner than the Shadowland, and it's smaller as well, so I would assume it's a bit smaller than a standard size, but a bit wider, I think. Just assuming that the Shadowland is standard tarot size, which I don't know because I don't have a Rider-Waite, only the Centennial thin version, so I don't have anything to measure these against, but I'm guessing. So yeah, that's my third one, which lives in, I'm gonna show you the bag because I really like the bag. So this is a kind of like a dragony feel to it. I have this, don't know what it's called, iridescent fabric, and I have a dark blue fabric that I added the iridescent on top, so it doesn't show off in this lighting because it sucks, but it looks nice. Okay, the second one is my workhorse deck, because honestly, if I don't want to be struggling with the reading, I don't feel like I want to be challenged with, you can say I'm not, it's lazy, but it's not. It's just sometimes, you know, you want to do a reading for someone because they ask for it, and you want to be confident in the reading, and I'm not gonna be, you know, ashamed to say that I'm not immediately clicking with decks, and that might, you know, just takes away from the reading for me. And the light Seers is definitely, I work with the reverse cards, so that's why it's reversed. This is the one that I pull when I just, you know, I just wanted the reading to go smoothly. I wanted to be, the answers to be clear, and I connected with the deck immediately when I got it. It was one of the best decisions that I made at first when I started, and I would suggest everyone who's starting out to get this deck, but to look around for not a better guidebook, because it's not like the guidebook is bad, but it's just, for me as a newbie, it didn't work well. I talked about this in my 6 month with video, where I talked about my longer time experience with the deck. If you're curious, you can look that up as well. Okay, so that's my number 2, and my number, what I'm doing. Okay, and my number 1 deck shouldn't be a surprise for anyone who's following me on IG, because this deck, the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, is just ridiculously good, and I'm kind of surprised by it, because I'm not an animal deck person. I still don't think that I am, but the cardstock is brilliant. I love the backs, I love the fronts, I love the design, I love everything about this deck, and it reads so well that I kind of feel ridiculous. And I only pull the light Seers when I feel like that I shouldn't just use the Oak and Thorn, because, you know, Oak, Ash, and Thorn, because I should, you know, use my other decks as well. But I constantly find myself reaching for this deck, and it's just really easy to work with, and it's beautiful. The artwork and the style is just what I love in decks. So yeah, it's beautiful, and there's gonna be a second edition coming, so if you haven't gotten yours, you have a chance, and I would highly suggest getting that. And I did a reading for myself before the restocking event happened when I got this deck, and because I was curious because I really wanted the deck, but I was like, do I need this deck? It's an animal deck. Would I work with it or would I not? And the reading was very interesting, because it said, for the question, would I regret not getting the deck, it said no, you wouldn't. And I guess it just means that I would not know how it feels working, how would it feel working with it if I don't have it, which makes sense. But it also said that if I get the deck, it's gonna be a Two of Cups, you know, like a complete equal relationship, and it's just gonna be an amazing deck. And I got it. I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And it's absolutely true. We're just so well connected. And I know it's just a stack of, you know, cardboard, but I just love it. I absolutely adore this deck. And this is, if I could only keep one deck from my collection at the moment, this would be the one. And I think that says a lot. And I can say that easily, which is also surprising for me, because I have quite a few decks that I love, but if I would need to give away or get rid of all the other decks, this would be the one that stays. And there's gonna be a bonus, because I don't want to do an Oracle edition, because I don't have a lot of Oracle decks, and I don't have 5 that I absolutely really love. But the Angelarium year 1 and the year 2, because I mixed the 2 decks and I have no idea what portion is in this box, but this is the box that I'm using in readings. I love this one, and ever since I got the small, you know, edition of this one, I'm not using the actual Oracle deck anymore, because I have more cards in this one, and even though they are, you know, they are smaller, which is good because I can handle them easier, but the artwork, which I love, is smaller. I don't reach for the other one, because I have my astrological signs in this, which I love, and there's always a description and the name of the angel on the back, which you can use in a reading. So yeah, I kinda abandoned my Angelarium deck for the year 1, year 2 small playing card edition, which is very surprising. But yeah, so that's my bonus, because I love using this deck. I don't always incorporate in readings, but when I want to add a message from the higher ups, or just, you know, something that's not really in the 3D, so to speak, then I definitely reach for that one. So yeah, that's my top 5 decks for 2020. Hopefully I will have less to choose from in 2021, because I honestly don't want to buy a lot of decks next year, because I should work with the ones that I already have. But we'll see, because life is life. Who would have known 2020 went down the way it went? So let's not say anything. But yeah, this is my top 5, and thank you for watching. If you watched it, please consider liking this video if you liked it, even subscribing. I'm gonna start my Harry Potter series soon, which I invite everyone to join, because I would like to, you know, have people to practice reading with, and maybe other Harry Potter fans will be like, hey, I like both Harry Potter and the tarot, and which would be cool. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and much brighter than we have here. And yeah, see you around in the next one. Bye.